the headquarters or the Salvation Army that will eventually look at all that data and then kind of compile it. So again, right, it varies. It's the instrument that will capture information as to how long the individual or the family has been homeless, and then we also have individuals who are living in structures that are pretty much not meant for human habitation. No running water, no electricity.
And that's where people get very surprised because they're like, I didn't know it included those people as well.
Yes,
You get maybe a cousin that's crashing at your place, and they say, I'll just stay with you for a week, and it winds up being a month. Technically, that person is homeless as well.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So again, right now, one is the time that the individual or the family have been living out on the streets, abandoned vehicles, or even buildings. And then we have those that are kind of like living in a form of a structure, but it doesn't meet, the definition of a place meant for human habitation.
Okay, so this is very important work. It's also very time-consuming work when you find men and women go out and actually tally and do the count and everything like that. So what can we as a community do to help you?
Yes, what we're doing now is that, again, of course, to be able to actually meet the needs of the count, we actually need volunteers to register with the Homeless Coalition to participate either out in the field, actually being involved in the actual count, or also to help us out at the Salvation Army on the day of the count. And again, so just if I can real quickly, we appreciate any individual who would like to volunteer. Of course, the individual must be 18 years or older. They can contact me at 989-0234, or basically, actually, the best way is just to send me an email at john.bloss@westcare.com. And what will happen is that I would actually send them a registration form, because there's information there that we're asking, because we have some training dates, of course. Training dates for new volunteers will be on January 17, 18, 19, and the 22nd up at the Catholic Social Services Conference Room. And then for those returnees who have continued to support us in our pit count, we have the training dates for January 16th and the 23rd.
All right, very well. Okay, well, final question before we go to commercial break. What becomes of the data that you gather and everything like that? You guys put everything together, you formalize it in a report. What is done with that information to make sure that we can hopefully continue to drive that homeless number down?
Right. Okay. So in actually putting the survey together, we have partners who have an interest in capturing certain data, such as, of course, the Guam Homeless Coalition, Department of Education, Department of Public Health and Social Services. So a lot of questions are in that survey where once the data is extracted, these agencies that have interest in the data will actually be able to see what they need to do to either upgrade their program or to change ways how to provide services to these individuals.
All right. Well, certainly this is the first step, and we thank you very much for what you're doing.
Okay. Thanks, Jason.
All right. Please stay tuned, everybody. The show continues when we return.